All right, welcome back to Mrs. Citarelli's School of Excellence for Well-Behaved Children. This is video part 2 in self-defense. And this time we're going to talk about hard spots, soft spots, and a lot of uncomfortable maneuvers. Not so much for you, but for them. All right, so your pointiest part of your body that is hard is the elbow. Yes, this sucker's going to come in handy, all right? Put it wherever you think it hurts. Another thing you have is your handy dandy knee. All right, those are your hard points. Soft points. This is what you want to know for your enemy, and kind of for you. Here, you guys can sit a little bit. You don't want them to get these areas, but this is where you want to get. Hold on, I've got my lozenge ahead of time. So right here, touch that nice, soft, tender meat right there. You pinch somebody, they're not going to like it, okay? It hurts more than you think. You can pinch anybody and it's going to hurt. You pinch right here and it's very unpleasant. Now, one thing you have to get past is when I'm saying pinch, I mean you squeeze in there because you want to do it like it matters, okay? Another soft spot is right the inner upper thigh. Right here, all right? As close to the groin as you can get, perhaps, but in this little chunk of loin right there, you get that sucker and you pinch into it, all right? Obviously, the groin is always a soft spot. You just knee it. You can just take yourself a handful of some groin and you just squish that sucker, all right? As awkward as that is, it's okay if you're laughing. That's why we talk about it. It's the stuff that people don't talk about, the stuff that makes us uncomfortable. That's what you're going to do, all right? If somebody's threatening your well-being, and whether either A, you've tried words and it didn't work, or B, they've gone way past, they've just rushed you, you're down on the ground, you're backed up against the wall, whatever it is, you're alone, whatever that scenario is, it's no holds barred, okay? You do what it takes. Remember, your objective is to get away, okay? If that means grabbing a handful of avocados and squishing them, all right, to make some guacamole, that's what you do. And while they're down, you can give them a kick and run. Whatever you do, get away. Yeah. Don't just stand there and laugh at them. Don't try to help them. Get away. All right. Now, I want you to look at the screens. Something you're going to do. Soft spots, eyeballs. Okay? Now, we're not going to do this to each other because I don't want any of us to accidentally get hurt. So you just picture in front of you somebody's face. You kind of picture actually a bowling ball kind of overlapping their face, right? Because the bowling ball has the two, it looks like the holes are like two eyes and then the nose, right? As a hole. When you hold a bowling ball, it's like this, right? All right. Just imagine you're giving somebody the bowling ball grip right now, just to the face. All right? Let these fingers just get in there. If you want a little help, if you've never heard of the Three Stooges, check it out, okay? Yeah. You're either going to think this is the stupidest thing I've ever seen, ha ha ha, this is hilarious, or you're going to get inspired. The things that they do for laughs is what you do for yourself. You know, in the Three Stooges movies, when they do something like, you know, the eye poke or the ear pull, they're like, oh, you know, when they fall. You do that, though, it's really going to hurt. It's going to get someone's attention. All right, so you just pretend right now. Go ahead. Audience at home, you visualize too. Picture somebody in front of you. Kind of think of their head as a bowling ball. You get that thumb up in that nose. Nobody wants to go dig it in somebody's nose. They're not going to expect it. Remember we said one of the things you got going for you is the element of surprise. There's no surprise like someone's thumb is up my nose right now, okay? If I was like, but you're running your life, and she sticks her thumb in my nose, I didn't see that coming, okay? So get in there, and you have to picture it because let's face it, it's not like you can go around practicing digging your thumb in someone's nose. Yeah. All right?
Unless you have a dummy.
Yeah, yes, there's not a lot of dummies out there with actual orifices. So get the thing up there, stick one finger, who cares? You could go for the direct eye poke. Just pop, go ahead. Pop and I like a grape. All right. You can just, okay, speaking of nose, you've maybe seen in movies where somebody's like holding somebody right like this, just hands. I'm not, and you don't reflex on me, okay? She's got quite the reflexes. All right, no. And what do you see? You see a lot. Sometimes you see them do the headbutt. All right, headbutt is great, but what you end up doing to yourself is if it hurts them, it probably hurts you too. Okay, let's face it. Head. It's you don't want to disable your own self. Oh, great, now I can't get away. I have knocked myself up. But what you can do, this thing right here, this schnoz, does not like pain. All right. So if you're gonna headbutt somebody, aim for the nose. All right, because then it's not gonna hurt. Their nose isn't gonna hurt your head as much as their head, but your head is gonna really mess up their nose. All right, and that's what you're going for. You want to mess them up, not the other way around. Heaven forbid they headbutt you. Okay, but you can maybe even, like, I'm just putting you here for closeness. If you're smaller, you could probably go for the mouth, but that's tricky because teeth and things like that. You could try the up. This would probably be, if you can get in close, you just hit your head up in their teeth, and hopefully they'll bite their tongue or something. All right. So, what else? All right. Some ways. One, I'm going to start with one because we're just doing a short video right now, and I'll add some more later. The knee can get into the groin obviously pretty easily. If somebody's holding me, pretend to be holding me. All right, just stick her hands on my sides of my arms or whatever. One thing you can do is if I bring my knee up to the groin, right? What's going to happen? That person's going to go down. Okay, so let go. Going to come down. You're going to grab the head like this. You grab that hair and hit it go and skedaddle. All right. All right. You pretend now I'm going to hold you, and you're going to knee me. Oh wait, do it slow so we can see how this works. Okay, knee to the get the head and smash it. All right. Oh, let me show you something else. Now you're gonna elbow. If you do this also, okay. Now come down. Here, I'll do it for you. Well, I might demonstrate it first. When that head comes down, you can grab that head and get that elbow in there. Do it on your own hand real quick. Stack your hand. It hurts. Ow. All right. See, they didn't do that themselves. It's not comfortable. You can practice that, sucker. So you grab that head and you just get it in there. All right, now don't hit me. But go ahead, do a practice. Knee to the groin. Oh, grab the hair. I've got a ponytail even. You can grab that ponytail and you just smash that face. You can do the sideways. You can get in like this. That's going to get that nose and mess it up. All right, that's going to get the teeth and everything. All right, let me fix my hair. That's okay. But one thing is, a lot of times, females have a hard time. Like, if we're defending ourselves, right, and we make somebody hurt, even though they're the ones who are doing something wrong to us, we tend to say, I'm sorry. Now, in this scenario, we're just practicing. So, of course, she's sorry. She doesn't actually want to hurt me or mess anything up. But we're going to talk about more of that later. I just wanted to show you a few things. I know some of you are hungry for some action, all right? Because I did a lot of talking last time. All right, let's see here. Hair. You go for the hair. You pull it, you yank it, you grab it, whatever you got to do with it. Now, here's the thing. They can grab your hair, too. So let's see how to do that. I work with small children, and I've worked with special needs adults, and I've actually had to been shown how to get out of a hair grab because they'll do that to you. All right, I've got bangs. All right, I'm the bad guy. No, wait. No, you're the bad guy. All right, grab my hair like this, okay? Just grab it. So what I'm going to do, you're going to take your thumb. Here, let's get closer to the camera. All right, grab my hair just like that. And you're like, I'm going to take you wherever I want because I've got your hair. All right, see this right here? Stick this thumb in here. And you're going to push it open, all right? And you're kind of getting this wrist back, and it's coming out. And they're going to let go. Is it going to be easy right away? No. But one thing when they grab my hair, sometimes you want to go, Don't pull back. First of all, go fine. Go ahead. Take it. They're not expecting. Go into it and push right here. Get that thumb in there, and you push that wrist back, and you push that hand like this, and it opens up there. And first, you get into it because they're expecting you to try to get away. All right, here, grab my ponytail. Get a fistful of that ponytail. All right, let's see here. First, I'm going to go like that. I'm going to get into it. All right. Now, what you can't see, I'm going to bring you around here. You wouldn't necessarily do that, but because their hand's right here. I'm going to get my thumb into that hand. I'm going to grab the other hand, right? And I'm going to work my way out. All right, got to fix my hair again. All right, why don't you try that down here? All right. Now with her, you would probably grab top of the hair. Yeah, get that piece. Now, take your, grab it, come into her, right? Get that. There you go. Very good. All right. You try it. Ponytail. Grab that hair right now. You might have to now come kind of go back a little bit. Good. Now find your thumb into the fist. And get away. All right. Good. Try. Let's do long hair down after I just fix. Okay. Try here. Give me from the side. Just grab some hair. Get your fingers in there. The thing is it seems really threatening. I'm just going to grab this wrist right here first of all. I'm going to get it in there. All right? You try it on her. Grab the side of her hair. Now you grab the wrist. Push that thumb in there. Good. All right. Now, I got your hair. Grab my wrist. Get that. Very good. All right. Let's pause it and check our notes. Oh. I don't have a touch screen, y'all. Okay, cool. All right, and we're back. So now we're going to talk ear slaps, ear tears, throat punches, and throat tears. Oh, yeah, I said tear. All right. So let's see here. First victim. Let's see here. Let's do. Okay, just face the. We're just going to face the camera. It's coming in closer. All right, so use yourself as you're the person that's being attacked, and the image you see is the person attacking you, okay? So you just smack them right on the side of the ear. Go ahead. There you go. That's okay. That's okay. You just, it's okay if it comes scratch. Just don't whack me, all right? Your ear doesn't want that, okay? You're going to end up, it's kind of like you're smacking a lot of pressure against the eardrum. Just pop them right against the head, right against here. While I'm saying that, you've seen a lot. Yeah, it does. Because whether they're big and you're little, again, the ear is delicate regardless of how big they are. If I affectionately pat my husband's cheek, it's just a. But if he has a huge hand compared to my little head, he'll like affectionately go like this to me. And I'm like, you're jarring my skull, okay? So. Could you slap somebody? Go for it. You slap them. But if you really want to make sure you're getting that you're not having to worry about a size ratio, get them in the ear. While you're at it, you can smack that ear. You might as well grab it. And here's the thing: we have a boundary inside of ourselves where we don't want to cause so much harm to somebody. But when it's really when things are really bad for you, it's a bad situation, you need to get out of it, and it takes more than just an ear slap. You take that ear, go like this, put your hand out forward, grab that ear, just yank that sucker. Now, it probably won't rip off on your hand, don't freak out. I mean, I guess it could, but it's gonna hurt. This is cartilage. Don't worry, you're not literally ripping their ears off, but just act like you're gonna. Okay, it's gonna hurt a lot. All right, other hand, go ahead. Just put that hand out there, grab that ear, yank that sucker right off. It's gonna hurt so bad. All right. So that was an ear slap, ear tear. Okay, because you don't really have to. We're not gonna grab each other by the ears. It's too delicate. All right. Now the obvious. So the throat punch. Get those knuckles. Look at your target in the video here, and just. And you're gonna, so yeah, you just get right in there, okay? That's gonna do something for sure. Here, try this. Make it nice and yeah. Get these. You can do it with a punch, no problem. Because in the moment you're just like, I don't want to hit something. If you slap it, you hit it, you poke it, you can even just if you got some nails, just But see, I'm not making a fist. I'm sticking my knuckles out like this, where this is flat, because the attacker is probably in close proximity to you, or maybe you're still kind of arm's length. But either way, you're gonna even if their head is down like this and it's closed in this space, your knuckles are gonna get right in there, and you're gonna hit that windpipe. All right, throat tear, or really this is a windpipe crush. Just find this right on your own self. Don't hurt yourself. This is what you're gonna imagine. Now take your hands like this. Give yourself the GI Joe, the GI Joe grip, Kung Fu grip. All right. Reach into that throat right there. You see it now. Picture it. Picture where your throat is. Grab it. You can crush it just like that, or you can either do the whole thing, but you want to get this little windpipe and squeeze and yank. All right. All right. So another thing, people, if you've ever watched a martial arts lesson, sometimes you hear a lot of noise. You might hear cha, cha. What are they doing? It might seem like, oh, they're being so dramatic. Oh my gosh, you're so tough. And you're like, yeah, what are they doing? They're releasing the air. They're releasing the power, the force is coming out. The reason why they're doing it is it's like, even though you're just punching the air or kicking the air, you have to breathe. When you're in these moments, remember to breathe, because if you don't have enough oxygen to your body, your muscles don't work, okay? One time I was running up the stairs and I'm like, people were looking at me. They were all impressed with how I was running up these stairs, okay? It was a tall hill, okay? So I got to the top. There was like 3 steps maybe to go. And guess what? I ran out of oxygen to my muscles. Was I breathing? Yes. But it wasn't quite enough, and I just went and landed in the push-up position. So remember to breathe, okay? I can breathe. Yeah. It's sometimes you might be a person when you pant, maybe you hold your breath. All right. Okay. So windpipe. Let's see here. I'm going to pause. We're going to check our notes. All right. We're going to talk about something that's going to make a lot of folks uncomfortable. All right. What I'm not going to do this time, maybe we'll do it later, is you might go, okay, what if I'm overtaken? I've tried something, I didn't have enough time to respond, they just really surprised me, or we've been fighting and I don't know, maybe they're on drugs or something, and whatever it is. But one of our fears is they've got us, they've trapped us, there's a wall behind us, or we're on the ground. And it is scary. It's okay. Just tell yourself, all right, it's scary. What am I going to do about it? Remember, make a plan. All right. One thing that what you do want to do is surprisingly, is this can be an advantage. Why is this an advantage? No one can get behind you. If I have a wall behind me, they can't get behind me either. Now, they might try to slam me against the wall or whatever. It can be very intimidating because it feels like that's it. They can do whatever they want to me right now. All right, Johnny, don't necessarily get in front of me, but go ahead and hold my arm against. Well, you might take this arm and hold it. Now, what we're actually what's the word I'm looking for? What we're representing is normally the idea we have in our mind is if somebody was in front of us and they're holding us down. All right. Now this works on the ground too, especially on a hard surface. Okay. You're gonna drag. It might hurt your knuckles, but you have to remember, even if I hurt myself a little bit, it saves me more pain down the road. It saves me from greater hurt, right? So I'm gonna try and go like this and slide my hand, and what's gonna happen? This is slippery. This is probably not a big threat, but if I'm against that, if we remember some of our scenarios that we discussed was parking garage. Parking garage structures are cement and they're textured. Or if you're on the ground, the asphalt or the sidewalk or a gravel road or even a dirt road is rough, all right? You or the attacker really feels like they have you at the disadvantage. And it's like they're not totally wrong. But again, we have the element of surprise and practice, visually practicing this and mentally thinking and doing this. So what I'm going to have you girls do is, let's see here. Um, you guys do this at home. So go to a wall. If you feel comfortable, you can do this on the ground. But if you're not ready for that, that's okay. So take your turn. You're going to have somebody's holding you down. Not for reals, all right? Go ahead. You guys can let go. It's all right. And you just practice, go through the motion of sliding it down. And imagine that. See, if their weight is on you and you slide your hands down, that's dragging their knuckles across. If anything, at least it's going to make it uncomfortable. It might hurt, but it's going to want them to fix their grip, and that's what you want. All right, Abby, go ahead. You can get up against there. Put your arms up. Now, try this way or just straight down, whatever. The idea is drag those arms down. All right. Visualize. All right, go ahead, Johnny. You try it. Again, I know this can make some people feel very vulnerable, but that's the whole idea. We're going to go to some of these places in a comfortable, safe environment so that when we're not in a comfortable, safe environment, we at least have a plan. All right. Now, it can feel like when somebody's holding you against the wall or on the ground, that's it, right? You're like, that's it. They're going to do whatever they want now. I have no options left. That's not true. One thing you have going for, even if you can't drag their arms down, if they're using two hands, sometimes they're really big. They can get one of their hands on your two wrists, But at some point, they have to let go. If there's anything else they're going to do, it's not like they got three arms, all right? So just remember, time is on my side, okay? Just go ahead and say that. Time is on my side, all right? One of the things I want you to know is if you go around telling anybody that you took martial arts or that you took a self-defense class, they're going to want to try to prove that they can still make you vulnerable. They want to prove, even though they could be your relative or your friend or a significant other, but in particular, males feel this need to show that they can dominate you. Even if they might be friendly, for some reason they have to feel like they can prove that they're stronger than you, and no matter what you've learned, you don't have a chance. And it sounds strange, I'm not making any accusations, I'm just saying this. I've experienced this personally with a multitude of people. I don't know, I think it's because of my size. I'm not short, but I'm not tall. I'm average height. I'm a small build. I'm very friendly. And so I don't know, people feel comfortable, or they feel, part of it's comfort, part of it's they can tell that they're stronger than me, but maybe they see a little spark in me that they want to test. And that's what you're going to find with you. If you're kind of a vulnerable person, or you have, maybe people see or think of you as in some way as weak, but you have a little spark in you, they're going to want to test your spark. All right? Don't take the bait, first of all. You are not like them. You have nothing to prove. Because here's the deal. When someone's just playing around, they aren't really hurting you, right? If someone's holding me down on the ground, and I've had this literally happen, okay? I've had it where I'm standing and they're holding my wrists. I've had them hold me down. I've been in different holds, and they're like, I won. There's nothing you can do about it. What are you going to do? And my thing is I'm not at risk. I'm not going to knee you in the nads or rip off your ears when you're messing with me, okay? That's what they want to see. They think, and what's going to happen? I mean, if they're really someone who cares about me at all, or they're just messing around, are they actually going to hurt me? Now, they might cross that line. If they aren't sincerely your friend, maybe they've been pretending to be your friend or whatever. Or maybe they're that abusive boyfriend that you weren't quite sure about, and then you suddenly see their true colors and they are trying to take advantage of you. Don't hold back. Just because you love someone doesn't mean you can't protect yourself. All right? So let me think. Well, I have these two lovely participants with me. Let me pause this for a second and let's think for a second. All right, so we were talking about that vulnerable moment where you're held, especially against a wall or down on the ground. And what I said was no one can get you from behind. Sometimes people who attack in teams, as a duo or more. If they have you down, at least no one can get you from behind. If they have you down, you try to do the slide your hands down and drag their knuckles across the pavement or whatever is behind you. If they have you, maybe you've tried it, and I can't promise you that you're going to be able to do that. And that's okay. I said, time is on your side. Why? I remember telling one person, I was like, you're, you're, you're a big guy. He was obese, right? And I said, you'll probably fall asleep before I do. I mean, but don't let the enemy know your secrets. All right. It's very tempting to tell people what you could do. They're looking for your vulnerabilities. And if you tell them your secrets of what you can do, now they're prepared, right? Now you've lost your element of surprise. Don't be like in the movies with the bad guy who tells the whole plan. Like they've got the guys, they're strapped to the chair, and the bad guy's like, I'm going to do this to you. I'm going to poke out your eye. I'm going to use it to get into the computer system. I'm going to hack the world and destroy the planet. Ha, ha, ha. Well, okay, you just told me, I got to protect my eye and whatever. So somebody knows what's going on. All right. So don't give away your secrets. And if somebody's holding you down, you just are waiting for that moment where they have to choose what they're going to do next. I could give some examples of what that would be, but I will not do that right now. Maybe I'll do it in the comments or something. But when they're going to get ready to do whatever the next step is, that's your chance too. All right. If you're like this or this or this, if they're close enough to be holding you down, do you know what's next to you? This little baby right here. All right. As soon as they let go, so that you get in there and you dig that sucker. All right. Or if you have to, go right here. I don't care if they're a man or a woman. You grab a piece of this and they're not going to be happy about it. All right. If you have to, you get in that love handle and so anything. You find yourself a piece of meat on that body and you squeeze it. All right. If you have short nails, you squeeze till you feel those nails sinking into that skin. All right. You do it through the clothes. You can grab their clothes. You can yank their clothes. I had someone actually try to stuff me under a mattress one time. I won't say who that was. And I don't remember how they grabbed me, but they had me and they didn't have their shirt on. They just had their jeans on. This was supposed to, by the way, be a playful moment, but they were obviously bigger than me and they were going to stuff me under a mattress. And I just didn't think it was right that just because they were bigger than me, that even this was playing, that they should do this just because they could. All right. And I was holding on by their belt loops. And I gave them a yank and they broke. They got mad because I broke their belt loops. I'm like, you were stuffing me into a mattress. Just because you were playing doesn't mean that it was wrong for me to break your belt loops. What else am I going to do? All right. I can't pick you up and stuff you in a mattress. So I felt that was fair. Just because they're mad that their belt loop broke, don't do it. All right. Don't play games where you don't and then get mad when you don't like how that you didn't win the way you thought you were going to win, right? So you can grab if you can, you reach into that under that shirt and you get it because it's going to be more effective. If the pants have come down and that you grab something. Remember, I showed you how to get out of the hair holds, right? Well, you grab their hair. It works both ways. You can get them. You grab their hair and you give that sucker a yank. I'll tell you a story. When I was a little girl, I was in the car with my brothers, and that was when you had the big cars that were really long and heavy, and they didn't have electric windows. It was a crank window. And my brothers were playing a stupid game of let's see how far we can roll the window up on each other's hands without crushing their hands. and I was the little sister, and I thought this game was stupid. And so my brother goes, "Here, you do it." He's got his hand in the window. He's like, "Roll it up." I'm like, "I know, I don't want to." "Go ahead, roll it up." Fine. So I like roll it. I'm like 4, okay? So I roll it up. He's like, "A little more." "I don't want to." "Go ahead." I roll it up. "Roll it up a little more." He rolls it, right? I roll it. He's like, "Ow, not that far." And what did he do to his little sister that he told to roll up the window on his hand? He grabbed a chunk of my hair and whipped it out. Now I'm crying. He's upset because his hand is, all right, do it. I don't care if it's head hair, armpit hair, groin hair, arm hair. You grab yourself a fistful of that and you yank it out. All right? If you don't have no hair, again, as soon as you get a shot, you grab a handful of something. Hair, skin, go for the throat punch, go for the headbutt up to the nose, okay? Oh, again, see, even if they're holding you down, you got a ponytail, whip that sucker around, especially if you got a nice long ponytail, use that thing. When my hair was long, here, we'll do a demo. Here, come here, Alex. Let's get your hair ponytail up on top of your head. Oh, that's another thing. You know how we were talking the other day, here, cut down. We were talking about, say you like to exercise in the morning, or maybe you have to travel in the morning. Um, if you no, you're good. What you're trying to, if you can, avoid going out in the dark. But if you have to either go with someone else or change. But whatever you're doing, just do it's little things like, okay, maybe I'll have my hair at least pulled back like this so it's not hanging in my eyes so that I can see around me. And now somebody can't come up and surprise me. All right, here, step back for a second. Now, I cut off all my long hair. I'm going to do a demo for her. Obviously, if your head is against the concrete or against the wall, you can't really do this. But somebody's kind of got their nose. I don't want you to get close to me. This is what I want you to do, though, because she's got her long ponytail still. You're gonna whip that sucker around. Now come in. Now here's the thing. If you have poor judgment of distance, don't do this because you're gonna give yourself a concussion. But if you feel like you've got enough distance to whip with your hair and not hit your head, try it. All right. If you're gonna hurt, probably. I mean, if you're lucky, your hair will get in their eyes. Okay, I'm gonna have her sit down because I know she's feisty, and next thing I know, I'm gonna be, bonked in the nose here. So remember, even your hair can be a weapon. Oh, speaking of weapons, we can talk about how to use weapons, what can be a weapon. But here's the thing: where I live, I'm more likely to get in trouble for having a weapon than probably someone is for even attacking me to begin with. Also, but does that mean that I shouldn't have a weapon? No, I need to protect myself. It's not like I can be like, 911, what's your emergency? I'm being murdered, like right now, okay? Doesn't do me any good. Even if the cop can get there in 2 minutes, it doesn't really help me if I'm being assaulted during that 2 minutes. But there's actually a downside to having a weapon. One is that false sense of security that the weapon is going to help you. But here's the thing. They can knock it out of your hands. Now you have no weapon, right? And you've been thinking all your mind, I'm going to take my knife and I'm going to stab them. I'm going to take my knife, I'm going to stab. They took my knife, I can't stab them, right? Exactly. And one of the things that this is probably the biggest problem on, it seems really obvious with something like a knife or a gun, but pepper spray. A lot of people get pepper spray because it's the easiest thing to get on the market is pepper spray. Heaven forbid it's a windy day, or you don't have it aimed the right direction. Who's got pepper spray in their face? You do, right? And that stuff burns. So it's almost better to not have it because it's distracting. It kind of having it always makes you on high alert. Like, oh, I've got my pepper spray. Do I need to be? Do you want to be aware of your surroundings? Yes, you want to be aware of your surroundings, but you don't want to have a little reminder all the time that you're potentially going to get harmed, that you're potentially going to get assaulted. All right? No, you don't. That's not healthy to think that way every day. And again, they can take it from you and use it on you. And now what do you do? So we're going to wrap this up right now because our guests have to go home. Let's bring them back and give them a round of applause. All right, for Abigail and Johnny. Thank you. Thank you very much. And say goodbye to our audience.
Goodbye.
All right, y'all have a good day, and I'll see you next time.